So it's a little bit windy today, so I'm not sure if this is going to be a speaking video or a voiceover, but I'm going to get in the garden, spend the day in the garden with me. Today I've got some lettuce seedlings that I need to pop into this garden behind me. This is going to be the main lettuce garden because it gets a lot of shade, so therefore hopefully they won't bolt as fast as out in the other garden, which is going to get all day sun. So today I'm also going to show you my method to my madness of planting potatoes by basically chuck them on the ground, cover with hay. So it's a modified Ruth Stout. Normally I wouldn't need to cardboard first, but because this garden hasn't been used in 2 years, I am going to lay cardboard down first. Then I'm just going to get little mounds of dirt, pop some potatoes that have gone to seed, a box of perlers, you know, a little box of perlers. So I haven't brought a box of perlers for probably since summer. Oops, they didn't rot, they just went to seed. So I'm going to pop them into the garden, and I'm going to show you my method, and trust me, it works year in and year out, and I get the most beautiful potatoes. They come out practically dirt free and plentiful. So yeah, come spend the day with me in the garden. Hubby has left this trailer here with the bike, and I've got a whole heap of boxes on the trailer, and I thought, well, great opportunity to go down to the woolshed and collect some sheep dags to mulch the garlic bed, ones that have already popped up. So yeah, we'll go and do that first. Yeah. For those of you who haven't seen inside a woolshed, I'll show you. So just wait for the light. So this is what we call sort of like dags. Well, that's actually quite nice wool. This bit here is from one of the pet sheep, but it's a little bit dirty and pooey, and this stuff here is the dag pile, because gross, you can see all the poo. So it's the bum end of the wool. So this is basically what a woolshed looks like. So the sheep come through, I'll show you, come through here. The sheep come through this door there. They come through into all these little holding pens, and if you see, the floor has got grates on it. It's wooden grates. That's so any poo and wee can fall through to the bottom. And underneath is where I get all the really good manure and stuff. So this is it's a smaller woolshed, and it's got it's called a 3-bay. So it's got 3 different shearing stations. Okay, and out for each shearing station is a door, and to that door is a smaller pen where the sheep go. The shearer will open the door, grab the sheep, put it on its bum, and then drag it out, and then bring it to one of these shearing combs. This is what the shearing comb looks like. Just like a pair of hair clippers, really. So it's not been cleaned up because the pets have only just been done. And then the sheep goes down this little chute and then into a little yard where they can be tallied, and then straight out back to pasture. So yeah, this is called a press, a wool press, and so the wool goes in here and it gets pressed down super tight, and then it's made into a bale. I don't have any bales here at the moment because it's not quite shearing time yet. So yeah, so we're gonna grab as much of this pile as we can. That's what we call a sweeper, and that's basically how it's used. It's to sweep it out of the way of the shearer. Actually, I'm going to put it into a thatch. Now I'm thinking. This is called a wool thatch. And I might grab my gloves as well. No eating the poo, naughty dog. Right, that'll do for the first lot. It's actually the first time that I've used wool as a mulch. I know it can be done. It's a free resource for me. Okay, this is the space I'm going to use. About 3 summers ago, this was, well, there's a small garden flower bed there that's pretty much useless now. And then all the rest was, I had 350 onions. So for 2 years it's done nothing. I want to put potatoes here, even though we're going to plough up a paddock as well. Well, part of a paddock. I want to put potatoes here because they're great ground conditioners. So I'm only going to put enough cardboard down today for these. See, this is the box, and they've just gone to seed. They're like tiny little. So I've planted these type before, so. And yes, it's very early to be planting out potatoes. Yes, we still have frost here, but the hay, and I might even put some wool down as well, helps with keeping the new shoots protected for now. So there's the tiny seed potato, and it's got this shoot. So that's what we're going to do today. By the way, here's my jar of water. I've put a little bit of lemon concentrate, a little bit of blueberry syrup. Oh my gosh, the best combo. You've got to give it a go. So I'm just breaking down some banana boxes. It's recommended that you don't use cardboard that is coloured because of the dyes in it and things like that. But however, I'm not going to be that picky. I do like to try and take the tape off though, and any stickers, things like that, because that's harder to break down. But I'm just trampling down the grass and popping the box over top, leaving some space for the flower garden, which I'll weed. And I'm just showing you here a sprout that's actually not got much of a seed potato, if none at all. And I want, well, I'm going to pop it in anyway and see what happens. Can't but try. Move over there, please. She just wants to be by my side. So I'm just counting them out, and we ended up with around 25 seed potatoes. So I've got a little pile of dirt that's over by the boxes and the wool thatch, and now I'm just going to grab, I grabbed 3 buckets in total, they weren't full, and just putting little mounds of dirt on top of the cardboard now. Normally I wouldn't need as much dirt as this, but because the sprouts are so long, I needed a little bit more dirt to put around this, the long stems, to you know, to give them a little bit more support. So because these shoots are so tall, like normally you'd only have small eyes, I'm having to put a little bit more dirt than what I normally do, and I'm just hilling it up around that seed. Just a bit of dirt on the seed. Oh, that's come off, but I'm going to plant it anyway. See, normally you might only have something like that, but I'm going to try and protect that as much as possible. See, this little one shoots away. So I am just going to start hilling up using the spent hay. If you don't have soil, spare soil around, you can use just potting mix. That's not a problem to use, just mounds of potting mix. Just put on the mulch, which you could use pea straw or plain straw. I've got hay because it's readily available and it's free for me. And you do get sometimes a little bit of hayseed sprout, but that's fine. It's so easy to pull out. And I'd much rather do that than have to dig lots and lots of garden beds. So yeah, just keep hilling up around it, making sure that these sprouts have got some protection against frost. And as the leaves start coming through, you can just keep adding more hay around, and then it gives you a nice big thick bed. And then after that, we're just going to water it in. So that's that job done. Probably took me half an hour all up, and that's with stopping and starting the camera as well. So just watered it down. I've probably already told you, but yeah, watered it down. Now I'm just going to leave it alone, and eventually shoots will come up. I don't usually put it as quite as thick as that, but because the shoots were about this long, I had to have that much mulch go through. So we're just going to tend to the garlic now. And I've got carrot seed that's starting to germinate, so now's the time to do it before it gets any bigger. I will put the protection back over because the cat's going to think this is a warm and comfy bed. At least somebody's working hard. Sunbathing. This hasn't taken too long to do. My back is killing me though. Just being really careful in between the plants. Taking my time. I'm just going to water that in. I also watered it beforehand as well, so it had a good drink. So I'm just going to water this in and just cover any holes if I find any. And that's it. I'll put the tops back on. See them all tucked up in their little bed. So thanks again for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one. See ya.